What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a very interesting one because it's actually not just one video, it's one part to many parts. So as you guys can see right now, I am currently driving in the truck and I've got this truck loaded full of gear. It is currently -3 degrees Celsius out and it is snowing. The roads are wet, so I really got to keep my eye on the road right now, but I am heading out on a multi-day overlanding truck camping trip. I do have a hot tent set up with me as well, so if I do land in an area where I can set up a tent, I will definitely take advantage of that. I've got the wood stove in the back of the truck as well, and I've got all kinds of gear. So I do have about a 4 to 5 hour drive today in this wet nastiness to basically get to an island. I'm going to Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia, and I'm going to be spending hopefully 5 to 6 days on that island all by myself and loads of room to explore. So I got to keep my eyes on the road, guys, and I'll give you guys an update very soon. So a little bit of an update for you guys. I've been driving now for about 40 minutes and it is getting really snowy out here. So the road visibility is right now only about 4 to 5 car lengths ahead, and off into the distance it's just a whiteout on the highway. So it's making for a little bit of slow travel. The passing lane is totally covered in slush and snow, so nobody's using it. I'm in 4-wheel auto right now and I can feel it kicking in every now and then. So looks like it's going to be a very long drive today, I gotta say. I mean, right now we're doing 70 on the highway and not very cool. So I'm going to actually pass this guy very carefully. Very carefully. A lot of slush on the road, guys. A lot of slush. Makes for very slow travel, and there are a lot of accidents in snowy conditions like this that happen just from people not paying attention or stomping on the gas and stomping on the brakes. So definitely driving cautiously is going to be the name of the game today, and if it takes me an extra hour to get to where I'm going, who cares? I got 6 or 7 days ahead of me. I'm not worried about getting there in a hurry. It's all part of the fun. So it is snowing quite heavily. Like I said, I'm going to keep my eyes on the road and give you guys an update because I just got a text message from a friend, and I guess their Cape Breton is in a state of emergency right now. So they have massive flooding. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get across the causeway today. I'm going to have to follow up with him and find out how bad the flooding is and where it's at, and hopefully I can kind of scoot around that and we'll see what happens. But right now, eyes on the road, guys. I do not want to end up in an accident, so I'll catch up with you very shortly. Alright, so I just got off the highway and I'm pulling into a pretty large gas station actually. I'm going to get some fuel here. There is another gas station before the island, but this one is probably less crowded. So I'm just going to pull into this one and grab some fuel and then get back on the road. And I need to stretch my legs too. My legs are killing me. So I'm just going to whip in here really quick, fill up. So far I've gone through just over half a tank of gas. So rather get it now than later, kind of get it out of the way. What a difference in the weather. Oh my, no snow in this area. The temperature is now +5 degrees Celsius. Big difference. All right, so all gassed up. Got to sanitize all this COVID stuff. So I only have probably about 15 more minutes to go until I hit the actual island. So should be pretty clear sailing, but I'm just blown away by the change in weather. There is no rain right now. There's no snow. It's plus 5 degrees Celsius. And we drove through some pretty nasty stuff on the way here. So making good time too. I should say that. I'm making very, very good time. Start the truck up here. Full tank of gas again. Truck likes to drink gas, guys. That was not cheap either. That's 80 bucks right there, gone. And that was like 3/4 of a tank, so. And we're back up the 500 kilometers distance based on my fuel consumption average. So I'm gonna get back on the road and get across the causeway, get on the island, and then probably pull over and have a little bit of a snack, and then look at the map and scope out a spot to call home for the night, guys. Okay guys, so I'm at the first location that I put on my GPS, and I'm not too sure what to think about this area. The road in had a whole bunch of junk trucks and Jeeps on the side. It looks like it's private property, but it's on the ocean, so I don't really know what to think. It's literally right on the water. I mean, I'm about 50 to 100 feet off of the water's edge, the ocean, and there's a nice long beach that stretches out this way. It actually looks pretty awesome. It's very windy, it's wet, it's raining here, so I'm not sure if... Oh, there's a big bald eagle. Wow. Awesome. So that was pretty cool. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay here or not. I'm going to get out and check it out, kind of walk around, get a feel for the area, and then make my final decision, because I do still have a bit of time left in the day to explore, so I may go off to the other location. But this gives me an idea of what the island has to offer. It is definitely wide open ocean, and those waves are coming in like crazy. So let's get outside and take a look. Okay, so here's the scoop, guys. It is freezing cold outside, and although the view is beautiful, it is literally raining sideways. It is crazy windy, crazy cold out here, and very, very wet and exposed. And I think this is a private road, so I don't know if I'm going to be staying here. I have enough time to scoot down the road to the next location that I have marked. And now that I know what this area looks like, I can come back here if I really have to, but we got to get going because it is getting dark out very, very quickly, and I need to find a spot to call home for the night. So this spot is definitely in mind. If I have to come back here, I will. Definitely not going to be able to set up a tent. I'll just be sleeping in the back of the truck. So let's get back on the road and go check out spot number 2. Alright guys, it is a little bit rainy out right now and the winds are not as strong as the last location, but they are still coming through here pretty strong. I'm literally on a point. This piece of land jets out into the ocean. I've just backed the truck down here and it looks like this location will work. But as you guys can see, I got a big old spare tire and rim in my camper. So that is the first thing I got to do. I have to get that up onto the roof of the truck and strap it down. I did not have time to do that before I left home. So that's got to be the first task, and then straighten up the camper area and make that a living space for tonight. Hopefully quickly, because it's getting dark and it's freezing cold out here, guys. So this big guy's got to go on the roof. Alright, so that's a really big tire on a rim. That thing is not light, so I'm actually surprised I got that up there without dropping it at least one time. So that is up on the roof rack. Now I've got to get it strapped down with some ratchet straps, and then I'm just going to take zip ties and tie all the tag ends together. That way they're not flapping around in the wind. And then it's got to get time to get this sorted because it is raining and I don't want anything to kind of drip and get wet inside. And it's freezing cold out here, guys, so I'm going to do this really quickly, pack the camera away, and when I finish with that, I'll see you guys inside. Alright guys, well, I've got the truck somewhat put together. I've got one light turned on, a couple battery units down here. I've got my bed, where my bed is a tri-fold mattress. It works really great for folding up into a chair. So right now I've got two portions of a 5-inch mattress underneath of me, and then one behind me with a big pillow, couple wool blankets. Definitely going to be comfortable. Now I am literally on the ocean. I'm looking out the back door and the cold ocean air is coming in. I look out this window and there's ocean, and I look out this window and there's open ocean. So I've got ocean all around me right now. The wood stove is definitely going to come in handy later on. My pants are drenched and my boots are soaked, so I've got to get a lot of things dried out this evening next to the stove. So I'm going to get that going. Not now. I'm going to wait for nightfall just to kind of light that and get it going. But I do got to figure out what I'm going to be doing for supper, because day one on the island is kind of chaos. Driving here was nuts with the snow, the rain, the high winds. Now that I'm here, I've had to come to this location after scoping out a first location, and I think this one will do, hopefully. Tomorrow I'm looking at doing a different, not on the ocean. I'm looking at heading up in the highlands and looking at a spot in the woods. So hopefully that'll happen. But for now, I've got to get some food in me, which means I got to go to the back seat of the truck, go in the refrigerator, figure out what I'm going to cook tonight, because whatever I'm doing has got to be on the wood stove or on a canister stove on the tailgate. The rain has stopped, but not that that matters, because those waves out there are just splashing seawater right up against the side of the truck. So I'm going to try and do everything inside, or at least a little bit on the tailgate, and then split some firewood and get everything in here hopefully right at nightfall, light the stove, and then relax time. So a little bit more work to go, guys. All right, guys, so I'm inside of the truck right now. It is pitch dark outside and the rain is coming down. I was going to try and cook on the tailgate, but that's just not an option. The rain and the seawater is just blowing all over the place. So this wood stove is rocking out some serious heat right now, and I am itching to finally get the bed folded out, get changed into some dry clothing, and start relaxing. But before I do that, I've got to cook supper. So what I've got with me is I brought an aluminum pie plate. This is basically going to be my plate. This is what I like to bring. Even when I go hiking, these are excellent for bringing. They're super lightweight, very easy to bring. I've got a few items down here. So I got a whole bag of bean sprouts. I have some garlic. I've got green onion. I've got red onion. I've got a yellow pepper, soy sauce, olive oil over there. And then I've got a naan bread up here, garlic flavored naan bread. And I brought my little frying pan. So basically what I'm going to do is cut all this up on my cutting board on top of the bed, and then get my frying pan on the wood stove and start sizzling up some food. And then I've got other snacks. I don't want to do anything too in-depth this evening where it is a long day of driving and then setting up and finding location and whatnot. I want to save more of that elaborate stuff for the days to come. So this is just going to be a real quick meal. Get it on the pan, cook it up, and then relax. So let's get cooking. All right, so I'm just going to start with some vegetables. Get this pepper sliced up. I'm going to try and do everything rather thin so it can cook very quickly. The bean sprouts, they cook very fast. So this is just kind of not really a cooking recipe. It's more like a warming up recipe. You just want to warm everything up. And that's why I'm doing it tonight. Just kind of something real quick, real fast and simple, and yet better than ramen noodles. So that's the plan with this, guys. So we'll get all this prepped up for the pan. And the sounds of that ocean out there is incredible. It sounds amazing. Laying in here later on tonight, once it's all quiet, those crashing waves are awesome. Absolutely incredible. And like I said earlier, the water's all around me. So when I wake up tomorrow, I'll be able to see the ocean right out the side windows. And if the weather's nice, I can do coffee out on a rock and just kind of relax. Plan my day. I got a lot of planning to do tonight. Check the map and figure out where I'm going to be going, where I can go, what the weather's going to be like. I'm aiming towards a forested section, so we'll see what tomorrow brings for weather. And yeah, we'll save that for tomorrow's video. But for tonight, I am absolutely starving. I do have a couple canned beverages in the refrigerator in the back seat of the truck. And of course, I plugged my refrigerator into my battery, so that is on right now. I can hear it kick in every now and then. It kind of vibrates through the bulkhead of the truck when it starts up. It's not really a bothersome thing for me because you really got to be listening for it in order to actually hear it. But sometimes it's a little bit of a low kind of vibration rumble. And I know it's the fridge, so that's on. Everything's nice and cool. I've got it set to -2 because I do have some meat products in there, and I want to keep everything nice and cold so it doesn't go bad on the road. So I'm just going to prep all this up, get it in the pan, get it on top of the stove, and get cooking. It is rocking out some serious heat right now, I'm telling you. I got to get the sweater off in just a second. I don't want to get changed into my dry clothing right now because I'm going to be in and out of the truck. I'm not totally in here for the night. I've got to go out and kind of straighten up the inside of the cab of the truck area and also get my sleep clothing and stuff like that. So I am going to be out of the truck again, so I do want to stay a little dry or keep these wet clothes on is what I'm trying to say. I'm so hungry I can't even talk right now. All right, let's get that transferred into the titanium pan. I do have a little bit of olive oil that'll help this process. Get a little bit of olive oil in there. And let's get it on the stove. It's already starting to sizzle. So this is going to be fun. This is going to be just fine. I'm starving. I am so hungry right now, guys. It is not even funny. So, and I should also mention this style of filming, this vlog style of filming, something that I'm not used to. I'm used to filming my way, kind of doing like cinematic cuts. So filming a vlog on the go is totally new to me. So this is going to be a learning experience for sure.
That in there. I've got a spoon and fork over here. Thought I took, oh, there. Got a spoon and fork right here. And we'll just cook this up nicely. So for sauce, I actually have some soy sauce up here. And I brought one of these bottles on purpose because when you open these are like the restaurant style bottles you would have on your table when you go to a Chinese restaurant. And they have the plastic cap on top. So when I'm done with it, I can put the plastic cap on and then I don't have to worry about it spilling inside of my refrigerator. And it's still a nice small bottle that I could take with me. It's got a pour spout as well, so I'm not gonna slosh it all over. So I did bring other food that this will be useful for. That little bottle style is definitely a good one to have while you're hiking or camping, if you do plan on bringing any. And this is putting out a lot of heat. This is going to cook up really nicely. The entire truck is going to smell like garlic and peppers and onions, so that'll be interesting. But this is life on the road, so bring it on, right? Let that cook down. Once that's cooked down, I'm going to transfer it back into my plate, and then I want to get my bean sprouts in there with some garlic, fry those up really quickly, bring it all back together in the plate, sit back and enjoy it on top of my bed / chair. Alright, well, seeing that I'm going to be in here for a little while I eat anyways, might as well get these boots off, get a little bit more comfortable. And this is the beauty of having the truck set up the way I have it set up right now, with the bed folded up into a chair that leaves the whole floor area over here for me to basically lounge, sit down, and kind of relax. If I did want to sit on a padded ground spot, I could just unfold the bed and then sit down on the foot end of the bed, which I often do. But this is really nice too. I can just kind of sit here, do my cooking, I can reach everything, and it just works really, really well. So that smells incredible, guys. Find my spoon here. So the vegetables are just about done. Gonna be get those bean sprouts in there in just a few seconds. I want to see this one mushroom cooked a little bit more. But I will most likely be sitting here just like this, probably for a little while this evening. I like putting my feet in between the stove and the wall, and then my other foot over here kind of resting on a piece of firewood, and then both of my feet are right there. Put my back up against the wall, and basically I just kind of sit like this. So I'll put one foot there, one foot there, and just kind of lean right up against the wall, and it just gives a really neat atmosphere. I got the fire in front of me, I can have a hot drink, I can do whatever I need to do. It just makes for a really good area. Speaking of whatever I need to do later on this evening, I did bring my laptop with me, so I'm going to have to get my computer back here, and that way I can start editing some of the photos that I collect on the trip on the fly. And where I am going to be out for a few days, I'm going to be taking everything off the memory cards that I have and dumping them into one file named day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and so on. That way each day I'm going to start with fresh memory cards where I am recording on my cell phone and this camera. I like having all my files organized. That way I know where they are, so it's not a huge mess when I get home. Always about organization. So I got to do that later on tonight, a little bit of homework. Not too bad though. I love editing photos, so it's going to be real fun to bring the laptop, plug it into one of these batteries back here, and turn on some tunes and edit some photos, and then later on probably watch a quick movie and then doze off to the sound of the crashing waves. I'm looking forward to that actually, guys. Alright, so it is all cooked up, nice and hot. Got my soy sauce. I've already removed the seal cap. A little bit of soy sauce on there. Give it a mix, and this smells incredible. Incredible right now. Oh, so hungry. Gonna get dressed after this into my PJs. Some nice warm, dry clothes, but for now, gonna enjoy supper. Oh man, that soy sauce by itself. Oh yeah, definitely good. Not bad for a pretty simple meal. Oh yeah. Whew. All right, so supper is all done. 2 thumbs up on that, definitely good. And it is roasting hot in here right now, so I'm going to get changed very quickly. I'm going to put one more piece of wood in the fire because I do have some things I want to dry out, like my gloves, my dish towel that I just did, oh, my pants and my boots. So I am going to load 1 or 2 more pieces. I'm probably going to open this window up just for a little bit though, get some of that ocean breeze rolling in here. It is still raining outside. I was just out by the water's edge actually, just kind of taking a look. And it is still misting out, so still going to be a wet one. And I've got my computer in here, I've got my memory card reader, I've got all my office type stuff that I need because I need to do some photos and organize all the video files as I was explaining to you guys earlier. So that'll be my homework for this evening. And once that's done, I can start fresh tomorrow and continue on with recording and capturing photos. Oh, it already feels so much better. Get these socks off, these boots off. I got all my clothing up here in this little cubby hole area. So I've got my socks, I've got my shirt, I've got my base layers and my slippers. That's all I'm going to be wearing tonight. For insulation on top of me, where it's not very cold out, I'm still shocked at the climate difference. Leaving home, coming to the island, what a difference. I have my phone in here and I do still have service, so I actually texted Emily and she said it's still like -7 and snowing at home, and it's only like 3.5 hours, 4-hour drive from here. So what a difference. It's like 5 degrees right now, or it was earlier today. It's probably about 3 degrees now, but yeah, it's coming down. So I do have my downfill top quilt that I'm going to be using tonight, and I'm not going to be burning the stove just because I never burn a stove whether I'm in a tent or a truck overnight. That's what these guys are for, keep me nice and warm so I don't have to worry about it. And then I've got my downfill pants down here as well for in the morning when I jump out. I don't have to cram these on. I can just slip into the down pants, jump out of the truck, start the day. So I'm going to get a log in there, and I think I'm going to leave this in couch mode for now, and then I'll fold it out into a bed later on. All right, well, that log is taken off very nicely. I could probably open this window behind the camera as well. Get that a little bit of cross breeze coming through here. So having the computer, I've got it plugged into this battery unit. Turn him on. We will turn on AC. Got my adapter here. All right, fire this bad boy up. I've got to transfer files off of my phone and off of the camera, so I'll be doing that for a little while anyways, but we can't work until we crack into a cold one. After a day of driving, exploring, and cooking. Oh yeah, nice and cold. We'll keep it on the floor so it stays nice and cold. One other thing I did bring, I brought a ridge rest. So this is a Thermarest ridge rest pad. I brought that for 2 reasons. One, if I do find a location that I can hike and camp in the tent, I will be bringing that, possibly with my Thermarest Neo Air pad, just in case the ground's really rocky. I don't want to puncture the pad. Also, if it does happen to get very cold, see, I was anticipating it being like -10 here on the island. It's not. I was going to unroll this and place it on top of my bedding foam, because this foam tends to be a little cold at first. It takes about a half hour to warm up. This warms up immediately. So if I do have to get out of the truck for a bathroom break and then come back in, the bed will be cold. So I'm going to put this on top of the bed underneath of a wool blanket, and then my top quilt on top of me. So that's what that is. I'm just going to leave it rolled up for now because they'll just take up too much space. So I am going to start working. So that means I got to say goodnight to you guys. So this was a pretty productive first day on the island. I got here, found 2 locations, one worked out. We're on the ocean right now. I can't wait tomorrow to see what it looks like out there. Have coffee maybe outside or on the tailgate, on the roof. Who knows? Who knows where we're going to have coffee? But we're going to have coffee somewheres, and hopefully it's a good day. So I'm going to end this video right now, and I will see you guys in part 2. See you later, guys.